Hello you guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Gabrielle Ariana and I'm back with another video. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe and turn on that post notification bell so you're notified every time I upload. Let's get right into it. So you guys, we're continuing the Movie Monday series and I'll be talking about one of my favorite movies, Just Wright. I'm so cute, like get into it. Anywho, and so in this movie, this stars my auntie, the queen. We love her, Queen Latifah. Yes, my auntie's she's one of the producers on the movie, and of course we have Common in here, and Paula Patton as well. And then we also get to see Foxy Brown, or Roxy. Is it Roxy or Foxy? I always mess it up. I think it's Foxy. Roxy Brown. Pam Grier is in here. Leslie, played by Queen Latifah, is a physical therapist, and then Scott McKnight, played by, of course, Common, is a Nets basketball player. And they end up meeting at a gas station after a game. They had won the game that night. Her being he was having trouble putting gas in his car. She helped him out, like, hey, you gotta flip your car around. They had a little small conversation. In that conversation, I would say that they had a connection and they had like some sort of chemistry there. Kind of sparked because it led to him asking her to go to his birthday party. Like, who asks a complete stranger to come to their birthday party unless you really feeling something with them? Like, I don't get it. Anywho, and so Paula Patton's character, don't remember her name, her character's name. So sad. I've watched movies so many times you would think that I would know it. No, but her character is the typical wanting to be trophy wife, I would say gold digger, trying to find a man to be his wife so she can just live a lavish lifestyle. And that was her intentions of going to basketball games to do so. Leslie and Paula Patton's character, whose name I don't forgot, they're god sisters, and they also live together. So like Paula Patton is like struggling, she ain't got no job. Her job is trying to find a man to take care of her so she don't have to work a job. That's her job, not a real job that's paying her actual funds. And so she ended up, because she was trying to find a way to get into Scott McKnight parties, Paula Patton was, along with some other little, randoms at the little basketball game, to try to find some men that they can, be with to get married and live off of them, basically, right? So lo and behold, Queen Latifah, Leslie, and them getting invited directly from the birthday boy himself, and invites Paula Patton's character. And so they go to the birthday party. They only just there for like maybe 5 minutes. Scott and Leslie are talking to each other, and comes Paula Patton being extra. Her character was just so anywho, and she did that to get his attention, and of course, like men, because they're so easy, took the bait and was like, who is that? Oh my gosh, I'm so intrigued, right? She's just pretending to be everything that she's not, the type of female that he would want to date, etc. But prior to that, when Queen Latifah asked Paula Patton's character about going to the birthday party, she asked him like, oh, are you into him? Would you want to date him? And Queen Latifah was like, oh no, I'm regular guys, you know what I'm saying? And so that was her like way of like, okay, she's not interested, which I think was cool to get that little, tidbit. However, later on, I'll tell y'all why I just still couldn't care for her character. Let me tell y'all how I really depict this movie, because this is how I see it. You have Queen Latifah, the everyday girl, the assured of herself, confident, hard-working, smart. I would say hardworking, but I don't believe in that term. Working smart, ambitious, etc. Really in tune with herself, really assured, etc. Right? Then you have Paula Patton, who is just don't really have much going for herself. Not really applying any skill sets. Don't look at herself as more than just someone that could be around the arms of a man to use as a trophy. Like, that's simply it. Just wanting materialism, wanting security, nothing wrong with that. However, eye candy, soul food. Eye candy, soul food. And that's how I separate the two characters of the movie. And I say that because men typically go for eye candy. Just to realize what they really need in their life and really actually want is the soul food. You know what I'm saying? And they think that they can get that soul food from the eye candy, but actually that's not how it works. You get your soul food first, that it turns into an eye candy for you because you realize how much you're really feeding your soul. That it's like, oh shit, I don't have eyes for no other candy out there, because this one specifically is really, it's more than just candy. It's feeding my soul. It's the table. You know what I'm saying? What does she bring? You have to bring something to her. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. But that's how I depict the two characters in the movie. All in all, I do love the movie. I think it's a really, really good movie. I love how they depict their relationship as her character being an everyday girl. You know, just the homie, the friend, the lover, the friend. You know what I'm saying? Not having to be super girly all the time, pretty all the time, etc. The girl you can take, you know, and chill with the guys, can talk basketball, can talk sports with, but still go on a date and look damn good while she's on that date, and still, you know, be submissive, vulnerable, nurturing, and warm, but not scared to get her little hands dirty. You know what I'm saying? That's also a writer, and that's going to root for you and support you and be there for you regardless of what you have and what you don't have, versus this eye candy is just that you dangling some money in front of her, you dangling material bags and all extra status and, you know, whatever. That's what she's going towards, just coming from you, and you're going towards her looks and like, oh, she look good, I could present this off to people. It's a fucking trophy. Like, where are y'all's substance? You know what I'm saying? You lack substance. Anyways, yeah, so that's how I depict the two characters, right? And I feel like, again, them being god sisters, it plays a huge role as to, well, kind of, but not really, because Leslie and Scott had an instant connection, an instant chemistry. They were able to have like flowing conversation that wasn't forced, whereas with Paula Patton, she was creating conversations based off of what she did off research off of him. Weird. Anywho, of course, she ended up being with him. He ended up getting engaged to her just for him to get hurt, and I think he hurt an ACL. He teared his ACL, which in basketball, that's important. You need the ACL to play ball. And so of course, her being a physical therapist, she ended up being his physical therapist, helping him getting prepared to, you know, one, heal his ACL, but also get back to being at 100% to play ball. He's on the verge of maybe not being signed by the Nets, or not being signed at all. He's low-key kind of losing himself, like, oh my gosh, who am I? You know, I don't know, what am I? Like, I'm nothing without basketball. Queen Latifah's like, no, you're more than just basketball. You're Scott McKnight. You're gonna always be Scott McKnight with or without basketball. And of course, like the eye candy does in the trophy, she dipped out and left. She looked at me for dead, hoe. For dead.
Santana always, oh, my man. Bitch, your man left you for dead, hoe.
Bitch literally left this man when his like world came tumbling down, in a note. She wrote him a note the day after he done figured out that his ACL broke and he may not be able to play basketball, let alone walk again. She wrote this man a note saying she can't do it because she didn't want to be the wife of a has-been basketball player. And this is what happens when a person chooses their eye candy versus their soul food. Not even just putting genders attached to either or. That's just simply what it is. Because you're choosing someone who just looks good versus someone who has substance that also look good, but you don't see their looks because this person is more aligned with whatever you did build a girl or man workshop. That's how they look. Now his life is really like in shambles because he can't play ball, he can't walk, he doesn't even know if he's 100% on a freaking basketball team anymore. And he just got broken up with after he just got engaged to this girl and asked her to marry him. She nurtured that man back into good health to be able to walk, to be able to play ball again, to be so fucking good at the next game that he played that every team was like, oh, we want him. And on top of that, she got her name on the map And now every team want her to be on their team to help them as a physical therapist. So she like, shit. She got this man's whole career in her hands. And when you put your life in the hands of soul food, it's going to feed your soul. And it's going to give you so much more than just what they were intended to do. She maximized his life and hers. And that's what happens when you come across people with good intentions, with a good pure soul and a pure heart. And I am speaking so passionately about this, y'all, because I really relate to her character. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I really love her character. I feel like that's a character that's more aligned with my personality in a sense, and character traits, you know. But yeah, it's gonna be a very much all over the place one, because I'm all over the place. Anywho, but yeah, I all in all love the movie. But let's talk about the plot, the climax of the movie. Now, he plays the game and he's doing great. Of course, he was fumbling the ball, literally, figuratively, because he's just like too much in his head, right? Until Queen Latifah comes to talk to him, like, hey, you're not gonna mess this up. You got this. You're good. Like, just get out your head. You know that you could do this. We done worked too hard for the past 3 months, 4 months to get you back to your health. You got this, right? Then he start skyrocketing, and he was amazing. So then we're going on a dinner, celebrating that he won, that he can play again, he can walk, all of this beautifulness. He got her car fixed, you know what I'm saying? Eleanor with her little dimple on the left side, and they end up doing the deed, right? Because like through all this time, they're growing feelings for each other. He's growing feelings for her. She's low-key feeling things for him. They have a lot more common. They have a lot more chemistry. It was just more authentic and real between them. But of course, when a man goes up and he's back at his peak, here she come, that eye candy. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, baby. No. So she's back the next not even 24 hours. Like, it ain't even been a full day yet. This man just started back walking again and playing ball. And now she's back and wants to be with him. And this is where I get irritated in the movie. Because Leslie knew. Like, Queen Latifah was like, when she saw that she was back, she came to the door because she opened the door. And then they were talking. She was upstairs packing her stuff so she can go. Because she was like, nah, you're not finna treat me like you don't know who I am. And just for this man to be as basic can fucking be, he's really considering being back with her after she left him for dead. Like, for dead. Like, bye. She left him for dead. Not literally, but like, damn near. And he's telling Leslie, oh, you're my great friend. Girl, I don't want to be your friend. We just did what we did. What do you mean, friend? No. And it's like, people be so wrapped up in looks that y'all be so eye candy. Y'all lack and lose sight of substance. And that is your soul food. It's going to feed your soul. And it's almost like the moment you get all that you needed, it's like this person was no longer there for you. Everything that they've done for you was just out the window. And I don't like how that was depicted in the movie, but only because they ended up together at the end. If I put myself in her shoes, I definitely would not have took a dude back. Like, nah. Because self-worth, value. I'm the prize. I'm the table. No. And then he got back with her, of course, just to realize, like, all she really wanted was money and to be married to him because of status. How he didn't get that beforehand, I don't know, bird brain. People be dumb sometimes. Just for him to be like, yeah, no, I don't want to be with you. Except for this man to do an interview on TV to be like, oh my God, I'm in love with Leslie. Leslie's the person for me. She did all these beautiful things. Because they asked her, like, what was it that kept him going? What was it that Leslie Wright? He was like, oh my, he had an epiphany on television for everybody to see. It's her the whole time. How you didn't see that? This dude was tunnel vision on that eye candy. He ain't see shit the fuck else. I don't know how when she was a person there the entire time when this person left him for dead. I want to reiterate that. But, you know, whatever. He realized he loved her. He's in love with her. That's who he wanted to be with. Breaks up with Paula. And she understood because, bitch, you had no choice but to understand. You literally had no substance. You were literally nothing but just trying to be around this man's arm, and that's it. And they end up together. Now, the one part that I cannot stand in this movie, I love everything about this movie except this one part. And I don't think I've ever done a Movie Mondays where I talk about a scene that I did not like. But this one, we're going to do that. Not that I didn't like it, but I just definitely felt like on a movie lens, a production lens, as a producer, director, I just wouldn't have written it like that way. Just like visually, it bothered me still. No matter how many times I watch the movie, I love the movie to death. I really, really do. It still bothers me. So, Leslie, let me paint the picture for y'all, is in Philadelphia at their stadium. She had just met with whoever the person is, the coach or whatever, about being a physical therapist there, right? Physician. I think that's what they're called. I don't know what the word is. I've been saying physical therapy this whole movie, this whole episode, video. Hopefully I'm saying the right words. Just for Scott to be downstairs waiting for her. She comes down there. She's ignoring him like, nah, G, don't talk to me. I'm not your backup plan. I'm not your plan B, etc., etc. He's like, oh, no, you're not my plan B. You were never my plan B. I'm not here because things work out with Lauren. That's how I've watched the movie so much because I know the words. That's how I know her name. He said, I'm not here because things work out with Lauren. He's like, he said, you know you mad at me. You have every right to be. But he said, just because you're mad don't mean that your love or something went away. Some he said he was talking to her real nice. He was talking to her really nice. I ain't gonna say nothing else, but one thing I will say about that scene that it's still low-key, it bothers me. He talked to her nice. Because if you talk to me nice, you could do what? Talk to me twice, okay? And I think it's more so the principle of the fact that why did it take you to say, forget what we just started, literally just started, and have like low-key really start the first step of trying to, you know, see something, for her to come in when you're up, because when you were down, no one was there for you besides me and your mother. But when you're up again, you go back to her. Like, I just didn't play a role, and it's not about, you know, but I was there for you. She wasn't. She literally left you. And now you come back to me like, damn, shit, I really did, you know? I just feel like that's disrespectful, one. And you could not have known my value or my worth to think to do some shit like that to me. And that it was okay. And I'm just supposed to forgive you. And that is what it is about that scene that I just couldn't. Nah, he needed to do a little bit more to show that he was sorry. You know what I'm saying? You can't just talk to me nice, because baby, talk is cheap. Very much cheap. And that just wasn't enough. Like, I feel like he could have did it. I don't know what grand gesture they could have put up in them little last 10 seconds of the movie, but some. I guess the grand gesture was him being on television and everyone seeing him on television because it was live, say that he like in love her and shit, and him just saying, oh no, fuck the interview, I gotta go find Leslie right now. I guess maybe that was it. Now that I'm thinking about it, that was probably it. However, it wasn't it for her because she didn't even know that. Like, to her knowledge, she ain't know nothing. She was having a business meeting, not worried about this man because she was elevating her life. Life moves on, okay? So it just wasn't enough for me. I don't know. I feel like they could do something more grandiose, you know? What's not? I don't know what. And it also bothered me. And it's also coming from a lens of me being like so invested in movies and production and the behind the scenes of movies. Like, you know, executive producer, director, all that shit. I just really love the, like, in that lens, not as someone who's watching it, but in the lens of creating. If I was on that casting crew, I would have talked to whoever I needed to talk to change it up, because I just didn't, it didn't flow for me. It just didn't. It didn't give realistic. It just didn't give. So he's confessing his feelings to her. And she decides to get on the phone and call up the coach or the business manager, whoever, the person over their team of the net. He calls them to say Is that offer still available as like the physical therapist of the Nets? And this is how she lets him know that she's going to take him back. Well, looks like you have a new Nets trainer. And then she looks at him. And then they kiss. No. I love this movie with my whole heart. Love Queen Latifah. Love you, Queen. Because you're going to see this eventually. I love you. I want you to know this. Comment, I love you. You know, Paula, I love all you guys. Love this movie. I just didn't love that. You know, I just didn't love that. I just feel like if someone's going to confess their feelings to you like he did, and we're living in La La Land. Well, no, we're not living in La La Land. We're living in the land of that, you know, scenario. And it's going to play out the way that it plays out in the movie. I just feel like her calling wouldn't have been the way to say, yeah. I feel like it should have been more dialogue. Like, you think I'm your backup plan. He said, yeah, you're not. Okay, cool. But next, and I'm not to make it like an argument or anything or a debate, but just like, I feel like we need to have exchange strict. Well, you're not gonna play in my face again. You know what I'm saying? Or it could have been like, I don't know. I can't even think of an idea. Maybe let me shut up then. Maybe I should stop talking, because baby, you ain't even coughing up no ideas like that I can go back and recreate the movie. I can't. But like, the reason why I say that is because you're like in the verge of like, oh my gosh, oh, this is so cute, I'm gonna cry. And then she just like, you have a new Nets trainer. The tears went away. When I tell you, I don't cry at this movie. You would think that I would, because it's like a cute little love movie, you know? I'd literally be on the verge of like, oh, he said, you just because you're mad at me didn't mean you stop loving me. That's so cute. And then she's like, you have a new Nets trainer. And I'm just like, tears went away. Because he's like, you're going to call on the phone while I'm expressing my love to you. And she's like, bitch, fuck you. Hold on. But not fuck you, because I'm trying to let you know that I'm really trying to be with you. I don't think that's the way to do it. I don't know. I feel like she could have just say, you know, I love you too. And they could have just kissed. Or she could have been saying something. And boom, shut up kiss. Like, he kissed her to shut her up. And that would have been like, oh my gosh, cry, tears. Because I love a good shut up kiss. Like, shut me up. Shut me up. Shut me up. You know what I'm saying? But, I don't know. 10 out of 10, definitely recommend. If y'all ain't seen the movie, you gotta watch it. I love that movie still. To this day. To this day. That is my favorite part. I think my favorite part of this movie. Oh, let's talk about the soundtrack. Gee, the soundtrack go crazy on this movie. I didn't talk too much about the beautifulness of their relationship, because I was too wrapped up in like the eye candy, the soul food. But my favorite part, because I thought this really kind of sealed their relationship, and her character being a caretaker and always being there for others and doing things for others, it was a full circle moment of her finally being the one that's being taken care of, because she got sick. They were playing spades, and she got a little cough in her throat, and he was like, oh, you need to check out that. And she like, oh, I don't get sick. Hold and behold, she gets sick, and he was there to take care of her while she was sick. You know, thought that was really cute. And the person who's always taking care of someone is finally being taken care of, and I thought that was cute too. Yeah, I really loved that. Thought that was beautiful. And I also love the scene where she takes him to the basketball court that he would play at when he was younger. You know, and seeing the kids there, that was like, oh my god, I want to be in the NBA. And that was a full circle moment for him. Thought that was beautiful. Yeah, I thought that was beautiful. So that's how we gonna end the video, with the beautifulness of the movie, because I didn't talk too much about the beautifulness of their relationship. They had a lot of chemistry. But I think my main point was the eye candy, the substance, or the soul food, because my most recent time watching this was with a friend. Well, yeah, and I had brought that up to her, and she was like, yeah, like that's definitely what it is, because that's what it's giving, and that's what a lot of movies give. This movie gives that. Boomerang definitely gives that. Those are the only two I can think of for now. There's more, but anyway, thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I shall see you guys in the next video. Bye.